Hello friends, welcome to my Cosy Haven. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you clicked my video today. This is a special video. When I saw this book, I reached out to Ella Cook. I saw the cover and I reached out to Ella and went, oh, I really love the cover. Book sounds good. And cheekily asked for an ARC. And she very kindly came back, went, yeah, here's a link for an ARC for you. That's great. And then she discovered that I enjoyed baking, and she came back to me with an idea of how would you like to do some bakes that kind of correspond with the book. And I'm like, oh, that sounds brilliant. So this is a very special Book and a Bake episode. I used to do Book and a Bake about 2 years ago and then didn't. So I brought it back for this, just for this book at the moment. There may be other books in the future that inspire or that I do baking for, but for this one it was a definite. So the book is called The Cinnamon Spellbook Bakery. How gorgeous is that cover? And this is by Ella Cook, so I just want to let you see the cover just now because it's just, oh, beautiful. So I'm going to read you the blurb, the synopsis, and then I will tell you more about it. So this is published by Boldwood Books. It comes out the day that this video is going up, so that's the 5th of July. So it will be available on the 5th of July. So, a deliciously charming, magical, romantic read from Ella Cook. One bakery, a hint of magic, and sparks you can't ignore. Bad boy Aidan arrived in Hudsbury, hoping for peace and quiet. But the sleepy little town has other ideas. Nestled among the golden leaves, crisp fall air, he's drawn into a particular shop, filled with the scent of cinnamon and a hint of magic, and is convinced to become the town's newest baker. The residents, and especially a mysterious grey cat named Mist, seem to know more than they let on. Whispering trees, heart-soothing teas, and jack-o'-lanterns offering playful romantic advice make Hudsbury a place where the ordinary and magical entwine. Then he meets Mia, the practical local nurse. One playful night grows into a friends with benefits arrangements, but under the glow of autumn leaves and crackling pumpkins, sparks are impossible to ignore, blurring the lines of their friendship. As Aidan's magic grows wilder and long-held secrets from his past begin to surface, he realises that love and a little enchantment might be exactly what he and Mia need to finally open their hearts. A heartwarming magical tale of scones, spells and second chances. The Cinnamon Spell Bakery is a cosy fantasy full of charm, emotion and the healing power of love with a dash of chaos. So, at the moment, this is book 1 of the Magic of Hudsbury series. I loved this book. I gave this 5 out of 5. The characters were so good. Aidan he's a bit of a bad boy. Rides a motorcycle, and has come back to Hudsbury or near Hudsbury to look after his mum who's not well. But he needs a job. And as I say, he comes into the Cinnamon Spellbook shop, not realising it's a magical shop, and he meets the owner. And the shop guides her as to what the person needs, basically. And she realises that he needs somewhere to bake. And the shop has a kitchen, so she goes to use the kitchen. The kitchen's yours. But just don't use anything that's on the top shelf. And so he starts baking, and that draws people in. And the more he bakes and the more he learns from the owner oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Pause 1 minute. Her name is Ophelia. Now, let me think. I want to read, if hopefully it won't be copyrighted for this, but I just want to right, this is Aidan coming into the shop for the first time. He looked around the store again, a bit confused. It was a lot bigger and brighter than he expected from the outside. In fact, it almost seemed bigger than it had any right to be. From the outside, the slightly crooked, narrow building looked like it would possibly sell postcards alongside dusty candles and dustier bags of potpourri and generic boxes of sweets, thanking an even more generic neighbour for looking after my whatever the animal was. But instead of a tourist tat, the shop unfolded into a bright, welcoming space filled with shelves and trinkets, and a staircase that curled up around itself, snaking up the wall. The floorboards creaked as he moved, but instead of usual grinding squeaks the wood would produce, they sounded almost melodic. So it gives you an idea of what the shop is like. And there's like various candles and everything. Every surface has things on it that reflects light back, and there's just a lot in the shop. And as I say, Aidan comes in not really looking for what he wants, but he finds out that he's found his place, as it were. And Ophelia offers him a job, and he takes it, and she sort of guides him in the use of, shall we say, the ingredients that are in the kitchen, the herbs, the spices. But he's a very intuitive baker, and also he learns to make teas and tinctures. But again, he's very, very intuitive. He seems to be an intuitive witch, basically. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that he has this gift. And the story is him learning of his gift, of what it means for him, what it could mean for others. And he then, as I say, he meets Mia, and Mia is the local nurse. She's very practical. She comes in, and they become friends, and there is an attraction there, and they do have a friends with benefits relationship to begin with. There is some spice, but it's not a lot, and it's tastefully done. I loved seeing Aidan grow. I loved seeing him begin to trust people. Something happens that he really does have to trust Ophelia. Her wife, I can't remember her name, Mia, he has to trust these people. And it's not easy for him, but because he does this, it has benefits, not just for him, but for his mother as well. I don't want to say a lot because I've read you the blurb. I don't want to say very much else about the book. All I'm going to say is great setting, great characters. I loved the magical aspect about it. I loved the shop. The talking jack-o'-lanterns were hilarious. The cat is brilliant. And I just really enjoyed the whole ambience of the story. And I really hope you do too. Please pick this book up. If you're in the mood for an autumn read, or an early autumn read, and you like some magic and just really good characters, world building, you're going to really, really enjoy this book. And I look forward to book 2. I'm hoping to have Ella on my channel at some point. We're still to arrange the dates and stuff, so look out for that. We'll be talking about the book, hopefully, but I know there's book 2. Talk about that when that'll be coming out, and what we can expect from it. But yes, I'm now going to tell you to stay on this video, I've done the review part, but we're now going for the baking part. So come on, if you want some brownies, if you want some muffins with just a little hint of something else, come join me when I bake, because I think you're going to enjoy it. Bye for now, but let's get into the kitchen. So we're on to the baking part of this video. Aidan, when he arrives at the shop, he's been baking all his life. He did it with his gran and he did it with his mum, and it brings him great joy and happiness. And he's told, just, you know, he's given basically free reign of the kitchen and sort of saying, well, don't use the stuff on the top shelf, but anything else. He makes cinnamon brownies with a lavender frosting, and they go down so well. And he uses cinnamon for warmth, the lavender for relaxation, and you know, it really helps people. And when Ella and I came up with this idea, I thought, right, I want to make brownies, but I want to do my twist on it. So I'm doing cinnamon brownies, but I'm adding, so you're getting warmth and comfort from the cinnamon. I'm also adding in orange zest, so again you're getting comfort, you're gonna, just be hugged. I'm also using some vanilla as well, because that's what the recipe calls for. So again, you're getting that nice coziness, warmth, comfort, and that's what I want these brownies to be. He also sort of bakes with intention, so if his intention is for something to be healing or something to be uplifting or whatever, he bakes his intention into whatever he's making. So my intention with the brownies is that my mum and dad and I will get comfort from them, we will enjoy them, we will just be cuddled by them. There you go. It's just about bringing joy and warmth and happiness, and just sort of at a moment, or some moments when we're eating them, when we can be at peace, we can enjoy and just feel that we're being hugged. So that is my intention with this. So I'm going to flip you around, and I found this recipe on the internet, so I'm going to use that. I've used it before, it didn't come out the way I wanted it, but there's a reason for that. So in here I have got my chocolate chips and my butter that go into the microwave to be zapped. I have all my other ingredients scattered all over here, so I'm actually going to prep the ingredients first and then start doing the making process. So as I say, I want to sort of weigh everything out before I start even putting that into the ding, as we call it, the microwave. So once I've got everything prepped, I'll come back and chat to you. So everything is prepped. I've chunked my chocolate because I was told to chunk it, not to like have little slithers of it. So I've chunked my chocolate, beaten my eggs. I have put my flour, cocoa and salt in there. I've got my sugar there. I've got my orange extract there. I've got my cinnamon here and my vanilla here. I'm now ready to start baking. So first job is to put this into the microwave or the ding and just melt it until it's all melted and smooth, and then stir it until it's smooth. So that's my first job. My second job, which really should be my first job, is on my peony. Yeah, it's Christmas, I know, but hey, we're going into Christmas in July, so we're one day early. So yeah, I don't mind. I'm quite happy. So it's nice and molten now, as you can see. It's just I could just dive into that, guys. I really could. So I now need to add to this the sugar, the vanilla. I'm going to add the cinnamon as well, or I might actually put the cinnamon into the flour. That might be better. So I'm going to add definitely the sugar and then the cinnamon into this. Make sure it's stirred till it's molten and go from there. Okay, so my sugar and my vanilla are in. Looks delectable. Very, very yummy. So I now add in the eggs. So I'm going to need both hands for this. So yeah. Hold on. Let's see if I can flip you around and you still see what I'm... Put you there. And here are my eggs going in. And then I'm just gonna, hold on. And I'm just gonna gently mix these in so they get all nice and mixed together and still go molten and gooey. Yes. Yeah, look at that coming together, guys. Is that not just lovely? And yes, I am stirring with intention of warmth, cuddle, cozy, love, everything that I want to put into these brownies is being stirred with that intention. So, almost there. And then I can go on to the next bit. So it's all nice and molten now, which I'm really pleased about. And now I'm going to add in my flour, my salt, I'm using this phone as a wee tapping thing, cocoa, and my cinnamon. So I'm going to just gently stir this round. I'm going to need both hands to hold this because if I don't it's going to go everywhere. So I'll let you see what it looks like once this has all been put through together. So that's the flour and everything in. I'm now going to add my orange and just stir it in gently before I then put in my chocolate chips. Orange is in, and I'm now going to do the chocolate chips. I'm just going to put them in, stir in the chocolate, and then I'm going to put it into my baking tin. So I'll let you see what it looks like when the chocolate's inside it. The chocolate chunks are in. I've brought my pan over and I'm going to flip you around because hopefully you're going to see me being able to actually put this into the pan without it going all over the kitchen counter. You just never... Oh my gosh, look how gooey and thick that is. Oh, is that not just... Oh, yum. Oh, I could seriously just eat this now. It's not good for you to eat raw cookie stuff like this, but oh, look how just umptious this is. Oh, all the big words are coming out today. Oh my good grief. And yes, I'm one of these cooks. If you haven't watched any of my baking videos before, I like to try and clear the as much, clear the dish as I can, so that as much of the batter, whatever, goes into. So I've done no badly. As you can see there, it's pretty clean. So happy with that. And now I'm going to use the knife just to spread it out a bit, but I'll let you see what it looks like once I've done that. So that's it in the tin. Now, right, and I need to look at, she's sort of given instructions for gooiness. So 24 minutes for really gooey in the centre, 28 minutes for fudgy, but still very moist, and 32 minutes for a moist fudge cake. I think I'm going to go for 26. So I'm going to go for either, no, I don't know if I really don't want it really gooey. Maybe I'll do 26, I'll do 26 minutes. But it says if you use the extra chocolate for stirring in, reduce cooking time by 2 minutes. So I'm doing 24 minutes. And this should hopefully be, so nice. I have already had a wee taste. Yes, when I did the knife, I left a wee bit on. Oh, it tastes lovely. So I'm going to better get this into the oven now, and then we'll see what it's like when it's baked. Can't remember if I said, but I've turned our fan oven down. The last time I made these, I used the temperature that's stated on the recipe. But our oven, I think, is running 10 degrees higher. So instead of 160 degrees C, I've taken it down to 150. So we'll just see what it's like. Hopefully, I'm sure it'll work out. But could have just dived in there and eaten the whole lot, but I decided I needed to cook them. But we'll see what happens when they come out. But I now need to tidy up because I've left a wee bit of a boerach in here, but that's the way it goes. Okay, the brownies are out. They've had, as I say, they've had 24 minutes. I'm about to test it, so okay. Oh, this is going to be squidgy gooey gung gung. Look at that. Oh, hello. Do I want it that gooey? I'm not sure. I may put it in for another 5 minutes or a couple of minutes. I don't know. It's definitely, mind you, maybe not. No, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to try it really, really gooey, see what it's like. And if I don't like it, it means the next time I know I can put it in for another wee while. But oh, the smell is just delicious. I'm looking forward to this for our dessert tonight. Okay guys, look, I think we're going to have gooey. Right, do I do this in 3, do you think? Or will we be greedy tonight and do this in 3, or do I do it in 4?
3.
What do you think?
No, do a 3.
Do a 3. Oh my lord, look at that, guys. Look how goo. Oh yes. Gooey, lovely. I can't do 3 to save myself. Look how gooey that is. Oh, yum. Yeah, Dad's holding the camera. He's doing a great job. I'm the one that's not doing a good job. Oh, look. You see that? Isn't that gorgeous? So we're just going to have it very simple tonight with some squirty cream. But we'll let you know what we think about it when we taste it. Right, Dad is the first one to try.
Lovely. A bit crispy on the outside, soft in the middle.
Okay, right, cool. Right, I'm gonna look at the goo. Look at that goo. It's like one of these molten chocolate. And I get the orange coming through. Cinnamon. It feels like a hug. It feels like a hug in a brownie. Hold on till Mum talks to you. You like it?
Dry like the other one.
Oh, good. So is it a keeper then?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes.
You heard it here. It's a keeper and it's to be made frequently. I will leave a link to the recipe down below. Just remember, I added a teaspoon of cinnamon to it, plus I added the zest of an orange as well.
Yeah,
so
it's lovely coming through.
So it's, I say, it's like a warm. It's like a hug, a chocolatey hug is the way to describe it. But I'll speak to you soon. Bye. So I was inspired as well to make another recipe. Aiden makes lemon poppy seed matcha muffins as well. I've never tasted matcha. I don't know what it tastes like, but I was like, nah man, yeah. It just doesn't, I don't know why it doesn't really appeal to me, although I've never tasted it. Maybe I need to taste it to find out what it is, but I also don't know, is it caffeinated, because I'm not allowed caffeine. So if you know matcha's caffeinated, can you let me know? Or if it's decaf, I'd love to know. So I'm making muffins, but instead of the matcha, I'm putting blueberry in. So I'm doing lemon, blueberry and ginger muffins. So again, you're still having them, he made them for breakfast. So you can have them for breakfast because you've got the lemon in, you've got the blueberries. And the ginger gives it a nice little warmth to it. And it's also very good for digestion as well. So maybe a nice thing to have in the morning. I'm using plain flour, but I was thinking my brain kind of ticked over. And it was like, if you really wanted to up the kind of the breakfasty feel to it, you could probably put in a mashed banana. But you could also, instead of plain flour, if you wanted to use something like oat flour, you could probably do that, or do a mixture of oat flour and plain flour. So whichever you would prefer to do. I'm going to flip you around. So there you go. Right, so in here we have flour, baking powder, ginger, sugar and salt. I've cut the sugar down in this because we don't like sweet things in our house. I've got an egg there at the moment. There's my recipe, and it's coming from this book. I love this book. It's a great muffin book. I use it all the time when I'm making muffins, and that is the recipe. As you can see from here, I've cut the sugar to 1.5. But I need to now get my lemon zested, and I've got my milk and my oil, and basically I just put, and I've also in here, yeah, I've washed my blueberries, so that's what I was doing before I put but I've just given my blueberries a little wash. And what I'm going to do is I'll hold some of the flour, I'll take some of the flour out, and I'll mix the blueberries with the flour just to give it a bit, you know, so they don't sink, hopefully. But yeah, and then I also, hold on, I also have my muffin pan ready and my ice cream scoop. It said, the recipe says it makes 9 to 11, so I've gone for 10. I split it. So we'll see if that works, but I need to get going with this. I need to sort of now zest my lemon. So I have the egg, the oil, the milk, and the lemon zest in here. I then dried my blueberries and I've put some flour. I've mixed them with some flour, so hopefully that is going to mean that they're not going to sink. And it's now just putting it together. So I put my wet into my dry, then add my blueberries. So it's a very, very simple recipe, which on days when I'm feeling tired, it's great. It's really good. But so I'm just going to mix it through, and I'll let you see what the mixture looks like once it's mixed. The other thing about this recipe is you just mix this until it's all combined. You don't make it smooth or anything. It's going to be a lumpy dough. So just to let you know that as I'm stirring this, I need to both hands, because if not it's going to go all over the floor. Okay, that's all mixed together. See, it's just until it was combined. And then I put the blueberries in and just gave them a quick couple of folds, and that's them through. And now I will get my ice cream scoop and my pan and get the muffins into it. Okay, just let you see, I kind of do that. It's like it is a full scoop, but it's not overflowing in many ways. And then when you put it in, if I think there's too much there, then, but no, I think that will be absolutely fine. I don't want big thick muffins. It's definitely not what I'm looking for, so I will keep going. Okay, as you can see, the muffins I've put in, I've only used 10, but as you can see, some of the muffins are not got as much in them as the others. So I'm just going to use the batter that I have left. I'm just going to use it to fill up those muffin cases that are a wee bit short, that I think are a bit short. I'm not using the scoop. I'm using my little handy dandy spatula, because it makes it easier to control. So I'm doing not too badly. I think I'll probably put something into that one there, and maybe a little bit more into one of these, but we'll, but I've got a wee bit more that I can do, and it means I might be also being able to clear out the whole of the bowl, which is a good thing. And that's them ready for the oven, so they'll go in for 20 to 25 minutes. I've turned our oven down by 10 degrees again, because I think ours is running a bit high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 20 minutes, test them, and then put them back in as necessary. But they look good, they smell good, which is even better, and hopefully they'll bake really well. But let's get them into the oven. I've just taken them out of the oven. I put them back in. I'd taken them out, looked at them, and gave them another 3 minutes. They're in for 23 minutes. When I took them out to begin with, they were pale, so I decided no, I wanted a bit more colour on them, which I'm happy to see I've got. I will just let these cool now in the muffin pan before I put them onto the cooling rack completely for a complete cool. I won't glaze these or anything. I won't put any form of topping on them. We will eat them as they are, but they smell delicious, I have to say. Right, Mum's already tried it. What do we think? You're not really... Is it all right? What would you prefer? What would you do to make it better?
Well, there's no definite flavour.
Okay.
Which I don't think so.
Okay, Dad's about to go. Cause it's got lemon and it's got ginger in it.
I'm getting me. I'm getting the ginger. Not too much the lemon. I'm just bitten into blueberries. So I'm getting that all right. I'm going to move round to a bit where there's no blueberries. Need more definite flavour.
I think
You got more blueberry than anything else.
I've got more blueberries than a sponge.
Okay, alright, that's fine.
Look at that.
Okay, so that's... I'm going to see... This is what mine looks like. I think maybe I put too much blueberries in them, but here we go. Yeah, I'm just going to do big bite. I got a little bit of lemon. I'm actually not getting any ginger at all. I'm getting no ginger whatsoever. I'm getting no ginger, I'm getting lemon.
No, I'm getting no ginger in mine. I've got no anything in mine.
I would definitely want more.
Hold on.
The sponge itself, a lovely sponge. Lovely spongy muffin.
Well, the sponge is lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, room for improvement, as they say. But we're finding that all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's the zest. That's the zest of a whole lemon that went in that.
Yeah, but I don't know how long that lemon had been in the fridge.
So it's a work in progress. We will try.
Definitely a work in progress.
So that's it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll go out and buy the book because the book is just fantastic. Please come chat with me down in the comments. Do you like the recipes I've made? Would you think of making them yourselves? I would love to know. And if you go and get the book, please come back and let me know what you think of it. But until my next video, friends, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.